Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hey, my name's Brandon from Learn Music, and I'm going to teach you how to play the main riff to Blackdog by Led Zeppelin. So let me play it again for you. And then let's do it again slowly. So this riff is written in like an A minor pentatonic scale. So it's all centered around the 5th and 7th fret. So we start on the 7th fret of the A string. And then we're going to play that with our ring finger. So think of this as being in 5th position. That means that your index finger is going to be playing on the 5th fret most of the time. And so if we're starting on the 7th fret, we're going to use our 3rd finger, or our ring finger for that note. So we're going to start on the 7th fret of the A string, and then we move to the 5th fret of the D string, and we're going to walk up in half steps. So it's going to be 7th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the D string, and then we come back to the first note that we played on the 7th fret of the A string. And I like to play that with my middle finger because I'm already using my ring finger for another note. So backing up to play that again. Alright, and then after that we make a big jump to the 5th fret of the G string with our index finger. Like I said, we're in 5th position. So we're going to play 5th fret of the G string, and we're going to bend that a little bit, almost a half step bend, but not quite. So instead of doing this, we don't want to bend it up to that note, we just kind of want to give it a little bit. So we bend the 5th fret of the G string up a little bit, and then don't let it resolve, don't let it bend back. Quickly get to the 7th fret of the D string. So, if we back up from the beginning and play all that again. That's what we get to. Alright, the next note we're going to play is the 7th fret of the G string. We're going to play that with our ring finger again. And then we jump to the 5th fret of the B string with our index finger. Then we're going to roll our index finger over to the 5th fret of the G string. We're already on that fret, just move it to the G string. And we're going to do a hammer on and a pull off. So after we hit the 5th fret of the G string, we're going to hammer on to the 7th fret, and then we're going to quickly pull it off. So those are 3 notes that you hit, and you only pick once. You get 3 notes out of 1 pick. So let's back up a little bit. That's what that whole little part sounds like. And then we resolve it to the 7th fret of the D string, play that twice. 5th fret of the G string, and then back to the 7th fret of the D string. So let's back up to the very beginning again and play what we have so far. The timing of that hammer on and pull off is a little awkward, so you'll want to listen to the recording of the song to kind of feel how that rhythm sounds. It's almost kind of lazy. It's kind of supposed to be played a little slow. Let's play it again a little bit faster. So I skipped ahead to the next part. So after we end on, we're going to do a little series of 2 frets, little 2 fret kind of chunks. So we're going to play the 5th fret of the D string, and then the 7th fret of the D string 2 times. So, alright, and then we're going to do the same thing on the A string. 5th fret of the A string, and then 7th fret of the A string. So, and then we move down to the 3rd fret of the A string, play that once, 5th fret of the A string, play that once, and then we end on an A power chord. You just use one finger to play that last chord. That's the open A string, 2nd fret of the D string, and 2nd fret of the G string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So backing it to that last part, the whole thing. If we put all those parts together, and you can think of them in little chunks. So play them, learn them, and instead of learning the whole thing at once, play them in small chunks. So the first one could be second one, and then the last one would be practice those one at a time until you get it right, and then move on to the next one, and then put them both together, and then practice the last one and put all 3 of them together, and play it slowly so you can hear all the notes as they're coming. You don't want to play them too fast and make a bad habit playing the same note wrong over and over again. So play it slowly. Speed it up until you have the tempo of the song. And make sure you're using alternate picking with your right hand. We haven't talked about the right hand, but if you do all downstrokes, it's going to sound a little choppy and might feel a little bit difficult to play all those notes at once, especially since a lot of them are rapid fire. So if we were using all downstrokes, it might work, but it wouldn't sound as smooth. So this would be all downstrokes.